Hi, my name's Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff, where I'll make a healthy dinner from start to finish and pair it with wines from around the world. Let's fill up that glass. Hi, I'm Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff. Today is a subscriber's request for spaghetti squash. So I'm doing a vegan spaghetti squash that is curry based, that is amazing. And meat eaters, don't turn away because you could easily throw in some roast chicken in this recipe and it would be amazing. And we're pairing it with this rosé from Provence that you will just love. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. We have our spaghetti squash right here. Now, the most important thing when you cut into these, you want it to be stable. So what I do is I just like to cut the actual bottom and top off just so it is stable. So just take your knife, cut right down through like that, so you can actually stand it up on either end so it's nice and stable. So once you have a stable position, which is extremely important, right, then you can take your knife and just start rocking it all the way through. Let me turn it on this side so you can see this side, and just rock back and forth with your knife and take it all the way through. And look at that, all the way through. Now you saw how easy that was to cut out. Now what you want to do here is you want to take out all these seeds. So remove the seeds. It's really simple. Just take a sharp spoon here and go along here and remove what I call the gunk. Really technical terms, right? I know you guys have your pumpkin carving skills down, right? So let's just get in here and remove all the seeds. Let me finish this up and I'll be right back and I'll show you my favorite way in cooking a spaghetti squash. My favorite way is to bake in the oven. You can microwave these if you want it quicker, but I love when it bakes in the oven and it gets those like crispy, brown, flavorful edges to it. That's my favorite part, it is. So what I'm doing right here to this spaghetti squash is I'm rubbing it with some olive oil. So we're gonna rub it with a little bit of olive oil. This boy is rocking here, making me a little dizzy. How about you guys? So olive oil is on. We're just gonna put some salt and pepper on them. And I have the oven set at 375 degrees. So salt and pepper is going on them. And we are gonna roast these anywhere from 45 minutes to 55 minutes, depending on the size of your acorn squash. I have here almost a 4-pounder, so a pretty big acorn squash. Did I say acorn? Spaghetti squash. Hello, that was my other show, Jeff. Wake up. So it's all dressed and ready to go. Now we're gonna flip them over. Yes, we're roasting them down. And that's gonna give those nice brown little edges when they come out, and they're super tasty that way. So in the 375 degree oven, and this is a large one, so it'll probably take about 55 minutes. While the spaghetti squash is roasting in the oven, perfect time to talk about this delicious rosé. From Provence, Fleur de mer, which is translation, Fleur is flower, of the ocean. So sea flower would be a good translation for it. It has beautiful notes of like cherry, watermelon, and citrus. Oh wow, really bright. And it's really gonna pull down all those spices from the curries that's gonna be going on in this dish. And even getting like tastes of like strawberry too. This is one delicious rosé from Provence. It's one of my favorites. It's easy, inexpensive, what I call everyday lunch wine. While the spaghetti squash is roasted in the oven, it's a perfect time to get this easy curry sauce going. In the pan here, I have some olive oil. Let's get our veggies in here. I'm throwing in onion, and all the exact measurements are right down below in the description center for you. Well, I have a red pepper going in. I love the flavor of the sweet red pepper with this, along with carrots, because we got all those spices going on with the curry powder. I love a little touch of just a hint of sweetness with the veggies here. So let's just give these a little stir, and we will salt and pepper these. Okay, let's give a little salt and pepper so they release their juices. These will probably go for about 6 to 8 minutes. You don't want to brown them. Just release all their juices and get nice and caramelized without browning. Bring out all their flavor. It's been about 8 minutes and they've released all their juices. So now what I want to add in is the garlic and ginger paste. And it's easy. How you do that, you just take some fresh garlic and fresh ginger, run it over your plane so it's a nice fine paste. And you want to mix that in through everything. This is not going to go that long. This is only probably going to go about 2 minutes, the paste. And then while we're mixing that through, let's add in our spices. Just 3, very, very easy. I'm adding garam masala, fresh ground coriander that I ground myself. I like doing that, and turmeric. Just 3, that's it. And look at all that going in there. That is just boatloads of flavor, I'm telling you. Now it's okay. It actually wakes up the spices when the spices hit the pan and the oil like this. So just let this go through for about 2 minutes tops, and then we'll add our lentils. It's going to be amazing. Now let's add our lentils. And these are already cooked lentils. I find them vacuum sealed. If you want to cook your own, you can cook your own. Let me show you what I use. And I'm not getting paid by Melissa here, but I'm using these, and they are so delicious. They're just steamed, vacuum sealed. I really, really love the consistency, everything about those lentils. So they're already cooked and ready to roll, so I'm just mixing them through, and then on top of that, we're adding in our coconut milk. Now, this is full of fat coconut milk. That is my favorite. If you want to use the light, you can definitely use the light. That is up to you. You just want to mix everything through here, make sure all the curry flavors come into the coconut milk. And I think the spaghetti squash is almost done in the oven. We'll pull that out. And we're just going to let this simmer for just a few minutes, like about 2 or 3 minutes, to just bring in all those curry flavors through the coconut milk. I just pulled this spaghetti squash out of the oven. And take a look at this. Woo! Thank God I've got cook hands. Look at the caramelization on that. And you know it's done when you can go in with a fork, exactly like you can see what I'm doing right now. And you start separating all the and it starts to look like spaghetti, just like this. So just keep going down the edge of the spaghetti squash. You probably want to wait till it's cool, unlike what I'm doing right here. And you just start separating the actual squash. You do this to all of them, and it starts to look like spaghetti, as you can see right here. Now, I just finished pulling apart all of our spaghetti squash. Let's get this in the curry sauce here. Look at this. Oh, yes. Get that all in there. Mix that all in together. So you got those lentils and this delicious spaghetti. Now look at this creamy, delicious spaghetti sauce. Do you want to dive into that or what? This is a must. Now, if you're not vegan and you want to do meat, like I said, you can skip the lentils if you want and add in rotisserie chicken to make it easy for you, or if you wanted to bake a chicken, that's up to you. And you'll have all the same amazing flavors. Before I dig into this curry spaghetti squash, I want to thank all my subscribers. And if you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my recipes. And don't forget to like and share and ring that bell, because I have a new recipe every Tuesday. But I can't wait any longer. I've got to try this. I hate to say, I've been sampling this off camera. This is just amazing. It really is. Okay, this is a huge bite. My goodness. And for presentation purposes, this, by the way, this is so delicious. But I saved the shell of the spaghetti squash, so you fill it back up, and that's how you present it, and it looks beautiful. Thanks for stopping by Wine and Dine with Jeff, and we'll see you next week.